I hate to break it to you. I know you might hate selling, but you do have to sell. There is a way to sell that doesn't feel like selling. And you're in luck because this video is going to show you how to do that right now. Hey, CourtneyLSanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things, but you don't get to become a full-time entrepreneur without selling. I hate to break it to you. I know you might hate selling, but you do have to sell. That said, even if you don't like selling, there is a way to sell that doesn't feel like selling. In fact, I feel like so much of what I do with my brand and the way I've built my business really doesn't feel like selling. It just feels like having fun and having conversations with people that I get to help and that I get to serve. So if you want to create that fun in your own business and you really want to sell without selling, because actually you kind of hate selling, you're in luck because this video is going to show you how to do that right now. All right, the first thing you need to do if you want to sell without selling, and this should go without saying, but I'm always surprised how many people don't focus on this. In fact, they focus on other things like Facebook ads and random stuff that are never gonna overpower what this can do for your business, and that is building your brand. Yes, you want to build a powerful, attractive, authentic brand. And when I say attractive, I don't just mean that your brand should look nice, even though it definitely should. I feel like a nice looking brand is kind of like how you just get on the game board in terms of running an online business, and certainly running an online coaching business. I mean, if your brand is janky and it's kind of just slapdash and thrown together, it doesn't really make you seem professional, and so people are going to be very reluctant to work with you. So yes, visually, your brand should definitely be attractive, but more so what I'm saying when I say your brand should be attractive is that it should actually attract customers, meaning your brand should be structured in such a way that people want to seek you out. Part of that is being really authentic. So again, it's not just about the visuals, but it's about being authentic and true to who you actually are. One of the questions that I get all the time is, Courtney, what if I'm not an extrovert like you? What if I'm an introvert? If that's true to how you are, then your brand should reflect that. There are ways to show that you are introverted, and you can make that kind of a cozy, insular kind of feel with your brand, where maybe you don't use bold colors and everything isn't out there, but it feels kind of calm and quiet and intimate. You can create that feeling in your brand. So however you are naturally, you want to build a brand that reflects that, because people who can resonate with that are naturally going to be attracted to you. So make sure that you create an attractive brand, both from a visual standpoint, but also from an authentic standpoint with your personality. All right, the next thing you'll need to do if you want to sell without selling is you want to have a unique angle to your offer. So hopefully you can see that if you don't want to sell without selling, a lot of this has to do with pulling people and kind of magnetizing people to you so that you don't have to be the one going out there and kind of beating doors down. So one, having an attractive brand does that, but also having an offer that has a unique angle does that as well, because it's different and it's something that people haven't seen before. Even if you were offering something that's similar to other people in your space, so for instance, as a coach, you might be offering coaching programs, 12-week programs, courses, et cetera, think about what's the unique angle that you can add to that program. So it's not just that, oh, it's a coaching program and that it's 12 weeks, but think about what is the result that you're helping people get? What is the ROI? What is something different or kind of unexpected, or again, a different angle that you can really approach it with? What's something that you can offer that's a bit unexpected that will make people really be attracted to you? In fact, when you think about the issues that people are dealing with, what are some of the issues that it feels like nobody else in your niche are addressing? So you want to think about, what are the questions that your target market has that are not being answered? What are the fears that they feel are not being addressed? How can you amplify that in your marketing? In fact, I think about my mom. She's a perfect example of this, because for the longest time, I was trying to get her to work out, and I couldn't understand why she was blowing me off. And so I was really surprised when she told me one day that she joined a gym, and I was like, Mom, I've been trying to get you to join a gym for forever. What changed your mind? And she told me that a coworker told her about a gym that would help her get great results, but the workout machines are not taxing on the knees, they don't require a lot of jumping around, and it's not a lot of high intensity cardio. And so I was like, oh wow, that's such a smart thing. I didn't realize that all the exercises that I was telling my mom to do, while she wanted to exercise, she really wasn't interested in exercising the way that I was exercising. And so that's a perfect example of finding an offer that maybe other people are offering, fitness, working out, a gym, but targeting in on something that maybe there's a demographic feels like their need is not being met and nobody else is addressing that. If you can create a unique angle to your offer, again, you won't have to sell because people will come to you. All right, the next thing you need to do if you want to sell without selling is you want to have a high ROI offer. And by high ROI offer, I mean you want to have an offer that gives a high return on the investment. Going back to that fitness example that I just talked about with my mom, Part of the reason why she was interested in it, in addition to the fact that it met some of the unspoken needs that maybe the other fitness products and services were not offering, but everyone who seemed to go to this gym was getting amazing results, and they were getting results very, very quickly. So that's what I'm saying. The return on investment was very, very high. You got a big return for the investment made, even if it was the time investment or the energy investment in working out. So you want to think about both from a financial standpoint, but also just the investment of time that your client is going to have to make. How can you get them an even higher return? If you can get them an even higher return and you have testimonials that show that people are getting this return from your offer, again, you won't really have to sell it because people will be so naturally drawn to it. They're like, hey, I want that return. I want that outcome. Can I join your program? I'm ready to join right now. All right, I have more where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. Do you hate selling? Share why or why not in the comments below. Okay, the next thing you want to do, and this isn't nearly as difficult as people make it out to be, which is why I think so many people don't do it, but that is create consistent content. No, it's not difficult. In fact, I have a video right here that tells you how I create consistent content in my business and how I do that even before I had a team. So if you're watching this and you're like, but I don't have a team and people to help me, I'm telling you, that video will really help you out in creating consistent content. But you want to create consistent content because when people feel like they get to know you through your content, you don't really have to sell as much. For instance, I hear all the time from people who are like, oh, I knew I wanted to join your program because I already binge watch your videos. I feel like I already know you. I know the stories and different things that you tell about your experience and your background. Again, I binge watch all your videos. I follow you on Instagram. I listen to all your podcasts. I open all your emails. So I know you and I feel comfortable, and now I'm ready to take the next step. Oftentimes you feel like you have to sell so hard and it feels like convincing people and pulling teeth, really because that know, like, and trust factor is not there. And so I found that creating consistent content is one of the easiest ways to speed up that know, like, and trust factor so that people have a chance to get to know you very rapidly because you have so much content available. So if you're not creating content consistently, you'll totally want to do that. Again, I have several videos that tell you how I do that as well, and you can check them out by simply just searching on my channel. All right, the next thing you want to do if you want to sell without selling, and I feel like not enough people talk about this, but this is something that I did at the beginning of my career. And when I say at the beginning of my career, I'm talking like 2009, 2010, when I first got online, and that is creating a community. Here's the issue. Part of the reason why it's such a struggle for you and it feels like pulling teeth in order to make the sell is really because you're selling strangers. You're selling to people out there in the world, but you're not selling to your own community. One of the best things I did for my brand before I even knew what I was doing was I built a community. And when I say build a community, I don't mean you build a community around a product or what you're selling, but you build a community around a broader mission. What is something that you are aspiring to? So when I first got started, my tagline for my business was for chicks who want to do everything, because my broader mission was I wanted to be a well-rounded and overall successful woman. And so I built a community of other women who are interested in achieving this high level of success in every arena of their career. And so when I started coming out with products, and my breakout product was a self-discipline program that I created, and that was just, that was just it in my business. It really took off. Part of the reason it took off was because it was a natural solution for the conversation that I was already having with my community and the shared goals that we were all working to. And so I was just a few steps ahead of my community, and I was really excited to say, hey, I've created this program based on what's working for me. If you're interested in achieving these goals as well, you should join because it's gonna work for you. And so people signed up, and there was really no selling involved. I didn't have to like pull teeth or drag people. Again, we were in a conversation in the sense that I had this community, we were talking about the shared goal, the shared vision. At the time I was blogging and tweeting, and then I got on YouTube and then Instagram and all these things. But your content is kind of like having conversations with people in your community. So that's why the previous tip about creating consistent content is so important. But after you've built a community around a shared vision, a shared mission, a shared goal that you all are going for, when you just simply let people know, hey, I have this program, or I have this service, or I have this product that could help, people are natural to just want to jump in and purchase it because, again, they're already a part of the community. That know, like, and trust factor is already there, and they're like, wow, this is going to help me achieve this broader goal because I know this person has achieved this goal as well. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you are going to love my free masterclass, which is all about how to get consistent clients. So it's one thing to sell, but it's another thing to sell consistently, and again, to do it without feeling like it's selling. So if you want to know even more great secrets about how to sell without selling, and really how to build an automated system that sells for you, you are going to love this masterclass. Again, it's my client attraction masterclass, and for now it's free. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link below to sign up. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you can't wait for my next video, make sure that you are subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you can't wait for my next podcast episode or my next YouTube video, make sure you're following me on Instagram. It's CourtneyLSanders on Instagram. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.